You know.
I was walking to the airport with my suitcase and my bags when an old man approached me, and his clothes was all in rags. Every footstep was an effort, and there was anguish in his speech. He said, "Son, forgive me asking, but you come from County Leash?" Well, I couldn't help but wonder, as he done his best to talk, how he ended up so broken in the suburbs of New York. Then I had my flight announcement, and before I went my way, he said, "Would you do me a favour when you go back home today? Would you give my love to Emo?" And the tears rolled down his face. "Or would you make a wish for me by that rock in Dunamace? Could you smile on Ballaghaderreen, aye, and tell it's for me? And would you light this little candle in the church at Cloonshee?" Well, as my jet plane soared to Ireland, he kept coming to my mind. I could see the tragic figure as I left him far behind. And I couldn't bear to tell him I didn't come from Leash at all. I came from near Bundoran in the county Donegal. Well, I know you'll say I'm foolish, and who knows, perhaps I am. But I couldn't help but grant that wish to that old broken man. And as the sun set over Ireland, I was on my way to Leash. I could see the tragic figure and hear that voice beseech. I gave his love to Emo, I could see his sad face, and then I made a wish for him by that rock in Dunamace. I smiled on Ballaghaderreen just the way he asked of me, and I lit his little candle in the church at Cloonshee. Well, 10 years went by, and maybe more. Oh, I forgot it all. I had settled down and married now in my native Donegal. And one evening I was walking home, this brilliant light appeared, and there he stood, the old man. He smiled and said, "Don't fear." He said, "I've come to thank you," and his cheeks were all aglow. And my mind went back to County Leash, 'twas so many years ago. Then suddenly he disappeared, and I felt the strongest peace, for I knew that God had called him home to heaven and to Leash. He said, "Give my love to Emo," and the sun shone round his face. "And won't you make that wish for me by the rock in Dunamace? Just smile on Ballaghaderreen and tell it's for me. And won't you light my little candle in the church at Cloonshee?"
Very nice.
Now I'll give the other one, Douglas Hyde one now next. Yeah, go ahead now. This is wrote by Douglas Hyde. He translated from Irish into English so that people can understand it. And it's called Law na Héireann. That's a day in Ireland. "For sharp side sweeping in concert keeping, the rich roe meadow broad bosom o'er,